Yo, what's up guys? Jerry's in the house, and I'm going to be showing you a little bit about Autodesk Inventor. So Autodesk Inventor is a pretty nifty program that lets you design almost anything imaginable in a virtual space. And it's really cool. Like here, I'm just showing you guys for some things that I've done in the past is this little iPhone, the iPhone 4. And basically, I mean, with a lot of different constraints and figures and stuff, you can create things like this, or things that are like iPod chargers, or like little wrenches, or wheels, or trains. I mean, roller coasters. Like the possibilities are basically endless when it comes to Autodesk Inventor. And basically, what I'm going to be showing you is just a tutorial about Autodesk Inventor, like the whole grand scheme of things. So let me show you around then, huh? So when you open up Autodesk Inventor, you come to this nice blank screen, like if you're writing an English essay, except it's Autodesk Inventor. Now, yeah, so this is your screen, and if you look on the top here, you have some nice cool nifty tools here, like new open projects, what's new. I mean, like, this kind of helped me out. It was kind of cool, like getting started tutorials and show me animations. Kind of helped out at first. They show you a couple cool things, but I'm gonna show you some of my own things, my own little kind of tidbits. So, oh yes. So what I did here was when you press new file, what you're gonna want to, what I'm going to be showing you today is IPT file. So go ahead and press that. And when you open that up, you should see something like this. This grid plane. This grid and yours, however, you might not have this line, these little the little grid marks like graph paper, because that was a little feature I set so I could get like actual measurements and stuff. Anyways, if you look here, it should open up a sketch bar, line, circle, arc, rectangles, spline, ellipse, so forth. The reason why it has this, the reason why you're brought to the screen is because we're working on a 2D plane. But when we start designing stuff, we'll move into a 3D plane, and then we'll move back and forth and so on between both of the planes. But anyways, let me show you some things you can do here. But first, let me show you the toolbars. So here, model, these are your 3D features here. I'll show you more about those later. Inspect is just some other cool tools like distance, angle loops, just for measurement purposes. Tools are also the same thing. Manage parameters. This is good for constraints and stuff if you're trying to get an actual estimate of something. View. This is how I got my the grid lines. You can mess with this if you're looking for different if you want like your design to have a different feature or something, you can come here, and it has really cool like effects and stuff. Like you can have things in grayscale, things in inverted light and stuff. It's really nifty. And environments, I won't worry about that. Get started like it was on the where we were before. It was just a really nifty some nifty tutorials and stuff. But anyways, let's get our feet wet and stuff, right? Yeah. That was kind of cliche, but I know. But alright, let's begin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the rectangle, and I'm going to make a, let's see, like that. Now I kind of want to make that rectangle a little bit more how can I say, I want to make that a little more like a square, because let's say I wanted to make a cube, right? Because that was kind of my goal, was to make a cube. So what you guys are going to want to do here is see this dimension thing? Dimensions are basically your width and length. Like if you have a 2 by 3 rectangle, then that would be your dimensions. So you can tell the dimensions of something by clicking this and just hovering over one of the sides of your figure. And you see when you hover over it, it turns white. So when you click that, it'll give you the actual length of it, or the width. So, boom, boom. Sometimes it doesn't want you. Sometimes it won't let you find the dimensions of all the sides because it might mess up with the parameters and stuff. Parameters, just to clarify, just constraints. Just it's just for when you're working with like dimensions like this. Parameters are usually come into play. But alright, so let's say here, this is some really weird numbers. I got a 0.810 and a 0.874. So let's say I want to make this a little more kosher. Right? So all I got to do is simply click on the dimensions, and I'm going to set this by 2 inch by 2 inch. Perfect. That looks more like a square to me. Alright, so now I got a nice square. So if you see on the top that little check mark thing, yeah, why don't we just go ahead and hit that. Boom. Oh my god, what is that? Well, this here is your 3D plan. As I was mentioning before, Autodesk goes from the 2D plane to the 3D plane and back and forth and whatnot. And right now what you're seeing is a 3D figure, a 3D representation of a 2D image. It's like, that's why it kind of looks angled and stuff. So let's make this look a little bit more realistic, and I'm going to try making this seem it'll make a lot more sense after I do this. So I'm going to extrude this square, and notice, now it's actually 3D. Oh my god, I just did magic. No, I didn't. I just did extrude. No, I don't have that kind of skills yet. Just yet. Anyways, so extruding makes this little square thing come out like that, as you've seen. And you can extrude in different directions. You can extrude backwards, forwards, through the plane, or there's also other things you can do. But anyways, let's say I want to extrude this by 2 inches. Boom. And now I just made a cube, as my original intent was. And you see here, what I'm doing here is I'm just shifting around, looking at my cube. And you can do that just by there's a little cube on your right, which is interesting because I just made a cube. And you can press on these, and you can shift. Like, you can just go around, round, and round. But yeah, you guys get the point. And this is just a nice way to see what's going down. So let's say I wanted to make a hole in the cube. Well, I got a nice little button here named hole, right? So let's go around here, and that's where I want a hole, right? And let's say I want a hole that oh, perfect. This goes all the way. And you know, there's different options you can go. You can go from sketch, hole, concentric, on point, and these are just different methods of creating holes depending on what you're doing. I mean, there's just the possibilities are endless, like I said. And so, let's say I want to create let's see. Let's see, a linear. And I want to create a simple hole, because this is just a simple cube, right? Oh wow, see, 2 inches creates it, you know, so that changes the diameter of the hole. So I think a 1 inch is pretty nice. And you see, boom, there's a nice little hole. And there's different things you can do too. Like, let's say I wanted to smooth the edges of the square. Well, I can just fillet it too. Boom. And I'll make them nice and smooth. And boom. And there's that edge. And how about some more fillets? Yeah, guys, let me clarify something. Don't confuse this with the steak, or like the fillet, the actual prime rib or something like that, because I know sometimes when I'm filleting stuff that I find my mouth getting a little watery, so it's pretty normal. But anyways, that's what the fillet tool does. And you notice now we have a nice smooth edges, let me correct myself, and a nice hole, 1 inch hole. And there are other things you can do too. And like, you can create sketches on this sketch. Like, let's say I wanted to create a sketch on this surface. Well, when you click on this face, you'll notice that you have 3 buttons here. If you press on the first one, you can mess with the extrusions. And if you want to the second one, it'll take you to that face of the sketch in the 2D plane. See, now we're back to the 2D plane. So if I wanted to like, let's say, I don't know, make a circle on top of this, I could. Except it's a 2D circle, so I won't see it. Except let's say I was to if I wanted to create a circle, it's not popping up. Anyways, yeah, the point is that there's a lot more you can do than just working with one figure. Like, there are many things you can do, as I was showing you with my iPhone, my little neat iPhone 4 charger. Like, this is a series of different figures on one figure. Like, this is a rectangle on another rectangle, and this is a circle on another rectangle, and a smaller rectangle on a bigger rectangle. And there's just so many things you can do with this. But yeah, that's basically those are just basically all the things some of the things you can do with Autodesk. I hope this video was helpful, and yeah, I'll see you guys around. Peace out.